March the 28th, cowardice as a design problem. Cowardice as a design problem. Life without a design is erratic. As soon as one is in place, principles become necessary. I think you'll concede that nothing is more shameful than uncertain and wavering conduct and beating a coward's retreat. This will happen in all our affairs unless we remove the faults that seize and detain our opinion, our spirits, preventing them from pushing forward and making an all out effort. Seneca, Moral Letters 95.46. So it's designing the path. And yeah, it's designing and being definitive, having that definite plan. Ryan Holiday discusses say, when we go to bed, it's making lists for what the plan is for the next day. And he talks about how American football teams prepare for first few plays. And yeah, they discuss that the night before, and they go into that field and they're prepared for anything that they don't expect in the first few plays. So we're not reacting to circumstances. It's a proactive approach to prepare, plan, a definite plan, and we're less startled by, and we've made that decision, and we're not just wandering around throughout the day, thinking, what should I do next? What should I do here? Where should I go? What should I do? And it's the constant split of energy. And what I believe Seneca is saying here is following your spirit without preventing it, just moving forward with your spirit. What's inspiring you, going forward with your inspiration without questioning it, and just moving forward, learning from our mistakes. All that effort to just move with our spirits, the spirit within us, and being certain about that, being certain of how you feel, being certain of feelings and responses, and when you don't feel good, certain people, certain circumstances, how you feel in certain circumstances and affairs, and disconnecting from that and being sort of aware. It's all about awareness March. And yeah, just breaking this down. Shameful, uncertainty is shameful. Wavering conduct. It's like when we say, "Oh, I'm not sure about that." The more we affirm and declare to the universe, "I'm not sure," the more of a habit it becomes of not being sure, and that split of indecisiveness, rather than it's discovering that what's underlying the uncertainty and the unsureness and the confused, and it's that belief that there's something wrong. There'll be something underneath that fear of doing something wrong, is bad thing is going to happen. This is the mind sort of. It's a push and pull of the mind, and we're in this, we're affirming, declaring this, that the indifference, the imbalance of, what, not having a plan, not knowing what we want, not understanding what we want, and not. So it's like, know what you want, understand what you want, then just move in that direction without any question of any distraction, without being distracted by anyone saying, don't do this, don't do that. Because the more we look around and ask for validation or approval of what we're doing, the more split energy and the more uncertainty of that. We say, oh, that person's, my mom says I shouldn't do that, so maybe I shouldn't do that. And all this talk of, all this adds to this uncertainty. And, yeah, we just, part of us just wants to be, the imbalance comes it from believing that we should be like everyone else, rather than just following our own callings, our own inspiration, and understanding we're all different. We all have different inspiration, different wants, desires. Yeah, we keep switching. Yeah, it's talked about switching majors, colleges, start your course with over and gradually late. Sound familiar? It's the chaos that ensues from not having a plan, not because plans are perfect, but because people without a plan, like a line of infantrymen without a strong leader, are much more likely to get overwhelmed and fall apart. Talks about Super Bowl and how they have a plan. So it can be proactive rather than reactive. That they research other teams, and they research the weather, and so they have an idea of what could happen. Have your first 25 plays established in your own mind. The night before that, you can walk into stadium, you can start. So yeah, it's going to reduce stress as well, because you have that intention, this is my intention, I'm ready for it, rather than going to the pitch and not being, I'm not sure what, And that it creates nervousness, uneasiness, and other people can feel that. And people around you can feel that. You're already, your mat talks about your marching orders. Don't try to take it up on the fly. Have a plan. So we're not saying here that, be rigid with your plan. We're not saying that. We're saying we can have a plan, but we can, as we go along with that plan, we can learn to adapt it as circumstance, situations materialize, and it's being that plastic and flexible, and just learning. Okay, this was my plan. It's reviewing the day. This is my plan. This is what happened. And this is how I'll adapt my behaviors and choices and actions for tomorrow. And that's a process. That's evolution. But without the plan, without intention, without understanding the desires and understanding how you feel, and you're just going to be a follower, and that's not you. So, because you will feel the need to compare yourself to other people's desires and wants and what they've done past, and that's already been done. And, when it goes wrong, you're just left with you. You're just left with not your spirit, which is calling you somewhere else. So, yeah, meditate about that. Meditate on what you want and create that plan, however crazy it might seem to anyone else. Thank you.